buy a Cadillac, you pay a Cadillac sales tax. You buy a Pinto, you pay for a Pinto. But that's just me personally.
No, it's not personally, because I will agree with him 100%. The governor's proposal, on clothing, I was a big fan of it until I think he got it almost right until he mucked it up and decided to have a $100 limit, which makes it hard to police or whatever. No, as a business owner in town, being struggling and watching industry leave the country at a very fast pace, I just came back from Belize a week ago, and I'll tell you what, it's all Americans and Canadians down there. The Canadians I ran into, if you leave the country for more than 6 months, they're going to cut your health care off because they're seeing the snowbird effect. Now, Dayton was talking about the same thing, about having a snowbird tax. I'm assuming that that's what that was addressing. But when you put it on retail, the things happen. I am a firm believer that the tax ought to be, a couple of years ago I read Wells Fargo was trying to figure out how to capture 15% of the people that don't even have bank accounts in the country. We got a tremendous cash-based society. Everybody that wants to duck out and work for cash, they're free. All the drug dealers, anybody working for cash is on the dole. From anybody that paints houses in the summer, they're not in the loop. How do you catch them? You tax food, clothing, and gas. Those aren't sacred in my book. They should be taxed, and they should be across the board. Now, I'm not saying we keep everything in, but the whole thing is to get that distributed. They're not going to leave on that. But I think the poor got every bit as much to be involved in this as not. But think of the revenue you're going to generate if you put it on that. Anybody that's vacationing in your country. Our hotels figured it out a long time ago. When they quote me $80 to stay in the city, the next thing I know I got 102. They add on the city tax, the party. Everybody wants to dump it on somebody outside. But if you put it on like he's talking as a sales tax, you got everybody in the loop. Food, clothing, and gas, I don't care if you're an illegal alien or what, you're now in the pool. You're in the pool because you're going to buy food, clothing, and gas. There's no dodging it. There's no incentive to work for cash anymore. To me, I think he's got a very good point and very solid because I saw it. That's what's down there. It's everybody and all that. My customer just called me yesterday when I was going to Iowa, buying a condo in Florida right now for $44,000, partly because of the real estate, partly because he doesn't want to be in Iowa for Iowa's tax when he retires. So I think he's right. The rich aren't going to stay here. Certainly they will while they're working. You'll hold them while they got a job. But the moment they don't, they're going to be gone, and they will. And I would be one of them because I wouldn't blame them. You have to look at where you're at from where you want to go. So he makes a very valid point. And he's not alone on that, because that's my take on how to get everybody in the pool. But singling out this guy, there's a lot more poor people, and I think you could tax the rich 100%. They'll never be able to pay for all of the poor. They just won't. I don't believe that they will.
Anybody else?
I have to agree with him in that here we are talking about how can we educate people so they can all go up the ladder. But who wants to be rich? Because everybody's after your money. You can pay the taxes. You're the rich uncle that everybody's coming to. And I don't think that's fair. I want everybody to be well educated, but it makes you think twice.
Just here in the watershed district, they used to have a 0.5% sales tax. They paid about 1.2 million. So the watershed, 0.5% of the so.
Yes.
Well, the rich ones have got big tax breaks for 12 years, so that's lost our country a lot of money.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thanks everybody for coming. Really appreciate it.
Let's hope spring is finally here.